My name is Veronica Boudreau, and I'm a customer relationship here at ISI. I want to welcome back the folks that joined us on our first office hours kickoff the other week. For those that are newbies today, welcome. I wanted to take a moment to introduce our presenter today, Adam Vicencio. Adam has been with ISI for about 6 years and has worn many hats throughout the years. Although he spent a few years in Florida working at Apple, he is a longtime Chicago native. For those who have had the opportunity to interact with him, you know that he likes to break protocol sometimes. One example that comes to mind is he breaks the no ketchup tradition on the Chicago style hot dog. So now that I've aired out one of his party fouls, I'll hand it over to you, Adam.
Veronica, thanks for that introduction. Yeah, no, I have no shame for my love of ketchup on a hot dog. So, but otherwise, I'm so excited to be here today. So today's topic we're going to call is covered the call record search. We will be utilizing the new report engine. So by the end of today's session, my goal is that you'll have a better understanding of how to access the new reports as well as run them. Don't worry, as promised, there will be a time for Q&A following this presentation where we can ask questions regarding today's topics or our application in general. So if you have any questions not on today's topic, feel free to bring those up. Just some quick webinar housekeeping statements. The chat section is disabled, so please utilize the Q&A. My partner in crime, Veronica, will be monitoring that section and will bring up anything in the moment that needs to be asked. Secondly, once I'm done with the presentation, you'll have the ability to unmute yourself, but we ask that you utilize the hand raise function so that we can call upon the people in the order that it was received. And then lastly, we will be, we're recording just the presentation portion only, so you can easily review later so you can share it with, friends, family, whatever. Keep in mind that the Q&A session will remain unrecorded for your comfort. So thanks for being here, everybody. I'm excited. Let's go ahead and get started. So let me move to the next moment. So if you want to play along within the demo today, you are welcome to do so. Go ahead and access the URL on the page, which is app.isianalytics.com. Everyone should be able to log in depending on your login style. If you are used to just logging in with your email address and password, that will work. If you are old school and still have to use a client ID, there is also an option for you to put in your customer ID and username and password. But if you have not had to do that in the past, then you do not have to do that moving forward. So with that being said, let's go ahead and go to the application. So I'm in app.isianalytics.com. I'm logged in and I'm at the landing page, which is our dashboards. In order to get to where we're going today, we're actually gonna, again, I'm gonna use the hamburger icon here in the upper left-hand corner, and we're gonna go ahead and expand that out, and you can go to the report templates section. From here, I will be able to select the new template icon here in the upper right-hand corner, and you should see, depending on your licensing and your product, everyone should always see call record search, which is the template that I will be covering today. And once I've selected that, you're going to see that we are in the call record search template. Okay, so this is our report engine that has been redone from scratch. It had a lot of these, if you are used to our product and you're used to our classic product, a lot of this will seem very familiar, but there will be some new updates to it. We're going to start out, we have 3 tabs here at the top: fields, filters, and general. I'm going to start out with general just to get that one out of the way. It's real simple. You do have the ability to change the date format within your reporting, depending on how you'd like your dates to show up. Time formats gives you, the ability to have 24 or 12 hours, and whether you want to include seconds or not. And then the duration, you can change the format: hours, minutes, seconds. When it does come to internal calls on your report, you do have the ability to say which direction you'd like to see on your internal calls, whether you want to see the placed calls, received calls, or both. So that covers the general. What I'm going to do now is move to filters. Now, when it comes to filters, we have completely redone a lot of the filters from the Classic product because, in my opinion, in Classic, the filters, there were a lot of them, okay? And they weren't really categorized, right? So in this situation, we have actually created categories to kind of help you understand what those filters might apply, as well as if you scroll down and we go to like say Cisco specific, you're going to see that we have lumped all of the Cisco specific fields together. So if you are a customer that is not utilizing UCM, then these fields won't apply to you. Same with quality of service. Those are Cisco specific field and they would not apply to you. Okay. We have also completely redone our help section to include a better breakdown of what these fields represent or these filters represent. So I do recommend checking out the Resource Center, going to our knowledge base and finding the filters article that really breaks down all of these fields, okay, or the filters, sorry. So let's go ahead and plug in a specific, if you were to do an extension, you could plug in an extension and say equals, and then you could enter in you can enter in an extension. Now, you'll notice here that it does highlight and say press enter after adding value. So you could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then in order to save that value, you'll push return. And then if you need to add in another extension, you'll go ahead and add that 6 and push return. And that will allow you to validate that that particular extension is the one that you want. Notice that we have operators. The operators have also changed between the classic and the new. We have done some changes to them so that it's like starts with and ends with. The reason I like this a lot is that it kind of helps us, not necessarily have to use wildcards in this situation. And a good example of that would be, say, phone number. So I'm gonna type in phone number because that is a, extension and phone number, I feel, are two fields that we use within a lot of our reporting on a regular basis. And a lot of times phone number, you're not sure if the phone number that we're receiving is going to include the one and area code. So like 1-407-399-6822, like that phone number, whether you want the full 10 digit or not, or like if you're say like a WebEx customer and the phone number includes the E164 format and the plus, you know what? Let's go ahead and just say I want this to end with these digits. We don't care what comes in front of the 407. If it has a 1, it doesn't have a 1. This would allow you to see results based on any phone number that comes up in the time frame that you're trying to run a report of this phone number. Okay. And again, you'll push return to validate that number. If I hadn't done so, if I went ahead and said 1, 2, 3, let's do another one. So 815-654-1789, and I didn't push return and I tried to run, it usually is going to see if it'll let you run. Oh, it did. It should yell at you typically that you are not able to do so because you did not validate. So you want to push return to validate those numbers. Okay. Now I'm going to remove those particular fields. Let's go ahead and go to the filters. Let's go ahead and go to fields. Same situation here. We have redone the fields section as well. And we have removed a lot from the classic call record search report. We have removed a lot of, deprecated some of the fields that are no longer used in a lot of our systems, and we've categorized a lot of fields into the product. Okay, same thing here. If you wanted to add in specific data or specific field information, you're able to do so. So, for example, if I wanted to add in ring time as a particular field, I can checkbox it, and either when I checkbox it, I can either add it as a column or I can just drag and drop where I want this particular field to go. Okay. There is still the attributes, and it does still give you the option to sort on specific columns or align in the data, specific data as well. So you do have those capabilities there as well. The group by feature is the ability to, if you were trying to run this report on a specific person, you do have the ability to add in owner name or some other field that you'd want to group this report by. So in this situation, owner name, or in this situation, I could add an extension as a grouping, and we'll just go ahead and drag that over. And so you would select the group by and then drag that in as your group by section. Now you'll see here, now that I've kind of created a report, I haven't added any filters. If I wanted to run this now, you have the ability to run now or preview. And I do want to talk about this because if you do preview, it will give you results, but you'll notice that since I pushed preview, it did not ask me for a date range or any other specific information. This is trying to give you a preview of what the report is going to look like. So it's giving me like Alexis and her calls, and it's showing me A More and their calls and so forth. It's just giving you, excuse me, a kind of a preview of what kind of data you're going to return and also the fields that you would see in this particular report. Now, if I went back to that report and I said, go ahead and run now, that does give me specifically the ability to say what date range or time frame that I want to look at. Okay, and so here you have the ability to do relative month range. So you can do from a specific date of the previous month to the certain date of a current month. Relative allows me to do the last, say, day or week. Keep in mind, if you're doing last week, notice that it says 316 through 322. So it's truly doing last week, like it's like it's the Sunday through Saturday scenario for last week. So if you wanted to do say the last 7 days or whatever, then you could get last 7 days, and that would include today. That would do basically include today or not. So the 319 through 325, which was yesterday. We also have specific date ranges. So if you wanted to look at, say, today's date back to the 19th, that's also an option to do as well. Okay. Do you have the ability to change the time constraint between continuous and interval? That stays the same. So if you wanted to do from 12 on the first day till 12 on the last day, or interval, say like 8 to 5 on each given day. So for here, I'll go ahead and run this specifically for the week's worth of data. You're going to see that another tab opens up and it displays your data. So since I did not, excuse me, necessarily apply any filters, it's giving me all of my information in my system. So it is breaking it down. You'll see here that there's little carrots that show the people and their counts of calls. So you can see particularly, say 11 counts for this particular user. And if I expand out, you'll actually see those calls. So Microsoft Teams, their email address, you'll see date, time, ring time, duration, so forth. Okay. Now, this is just a web version view of this report. You're thinking, well, I would like this sent to me in an email, or I'd like to download it as an Excel file. How you do that from here is you'll go up to the upper right-hand corner, and there is an export feature. Clicking on export, you'll have formatted and details. So formatted will give you an Excel, and it'll have things like headings, field, summaries. It'll have a lot of extra information, whereas details only is truly just a single line per record with no formatting. And so that's a CSV. Okay. Keep in mind, you'll see here, this is one important part, is that we will max out at 150,000 records. So if you have an Excel or a file that you're trying to run that is larger than 150,000 records, you'll want to make the report a little smaller or break it down into different multiple reports. Okay, so now if I were to push OK for a formatted report, you'll see here that your report will be ready soon and you'll be notified when it's available. And how you'll know if you've been notified is if you go back to your report, you'll see at the little bell icon here in the upper right-hand corner that a new report is available You'll also receive an email that will also tell you that it's available. So especially if those reports are long and take a while to generate, that'll be nice to be notified that they're ready. Now, before I navigate to show you how to review that particular report, you do want to maybe save this report for later use. Use the blue icon here in the upper right-hand corner, save as, give it a name. So we'll call this Adam's report. You can give it a little description. This was created during office hours. And then if you'd like to make it a favorite, go ahead and do so. This is just for searching capabilities. There are some tags. So if you want to tag reports to help you also with searching for specific style reports, these are the current tags, and then push OK. And you'll see that it closes that report. And now I have this report here, Adam's report, gives a little description, and it is a favorite. Moving on to the last item, to look at those reports, the call record search report, you do go to report history. And from here, you have the ability to review those reports that I've run. So this is the web report that I ran, and it gives you the ability to look at that web report by pushing the play icon. It will pull that data up again. Or since we did do an Excel export, you do have the ability to download that particular report, and it will download to your computer, and then you can open it up and preview. So if we're going to go ahead and do that real quick, I'll open up this particular report, and this is what it looks like. And it gives you also the ability to, let me edit that. It gives you the ability to, oh, let's get rid of that. Let's go ahead and, you can expand or collapse the records and get the total counts as well. Okay. So that is a quick rundown of the call record search template that we have in the product. I hope that you all begin to use this. I think that the new report engine is a lot smoother and a lot faster, and I use it a lot now to run a lot of my reports.